Well, our players have had a really good week for final exams, and I know they are relieved that today's the final day, and we had a couple players that had finished up and everyone else is done. So happy to know that we were able to be productive in academics this week. And now we have an exciting trip ahead for the team, very important trip ahead for the team. 2 games out in California with Pepperdine and UC Santa Barbara. So it's great to get a couple of our California kids home, Denisha Stallworth and Brittany Henderson, get to play in front of their family and friends. And so that's a added bonus of the trip. And just be able to take some time as a team to get together and spend a good amount of time together, I think could be beneficial. So we're looking forward to it. We'll need to go out and play real well to get 2 wins, and I think that'll be important heading into Christmas.
What was the thinking when you first put this trip together?
Well, just one is, each year we'd like to give our players an experience and see a part of the country maybe that they don't normally see, or sometimes people take trips to different locations during Thanksgiving for tournaments. And so our thinking was to give our kids a great experience, and also at the same time get Brittany Henderson and Denisha Stallworth back to California. It's tough on their family and friends to get to watch them. We're real fortunate that most of our players are pretty close to, or at least on the East Coast, where they can get into Lexington pretty easily. So just to get them out there and give them that experience of playing in front of family and friends is important.
Do you have anything special planned this week outside of basketball once you're out there?
We do. Being out 6 days allows us some time to do some things that can be exciting and fun for the players. We'll do some different tours of some different things. I think we're going out to Warner Brothers, and then I think the players are real excited. We get to go watch the Clippers and the Hornets. So getting to see Eric Bledsoe and Anthony Davis, and just being in the Staples Center, which I think all of our players are familiar with, and a lot of great games there, and that'll be a real neat experience. We were able to go to Madison Square Garden a few years back and see an NBA game, and the players really enjoyed that. So having some Kentucky connections makes it even more special. So that'll be a lot of fun. Santa Barbara in particular is really, really pretty, and our hotel's right across the street from the beach, so I'm sure they'll get a few hours to spend some time doing some things like that. So they've worked hard this semester. Need to stay focused and take care of business out there and get some wins, but hopefully we can have some fun while we're there too.
What has the team been able to get done in terms of basketball this week, kind of balancing the finals?
Well, big plan that we had this week was trying to make some strides offensively as far as set plays went. We've been really doing a good job of making some plays, and so one thing that we want to do was get ready for SEC play. There's times in a game where you have to go to the spot on the floor where you think you need a bucket. So if that's to get Denisha Stallworth a look, or Adia Mathis a look, or Samari Walker, we've really tried to work on a couple sets that we think will be important for us in SEC play, and then just continue to build our defensive fundamentals and make sure we're ready for this 4-game stretch, real important 4-game stretch before conference play, and we want to try to improve.
Last week, Coach Insel said that Denisha was the best post player that he's seen here over the last 5, 6, 7 years, what have you. Let's talk about her game, that she doesn't just stay on the blocks, though. She hit the 18-footer last week, the 20-footer, and does that.
Yeah, she has great versatility offensively, and that is a real bonus for a player her size. She has great ball handling ability, that she can really get out and lead the break, and she certainly can shoot the perimeter jump shot, and she's been really good finishing around the bucket. So when you have a player with that kind of versatility and that kind of talent, it's really good for your team. And she's been practicing great this week. It's wonderful to see her really develop, and I'm telling you, I think there are even better games ahead for her. She could play better than she's playing, and I think that is something that is exciting for all of us as we watch her practice. But really versatile player, really talented player, has a great attitude right now, and I think that's why she's playing so well.
You feel a little bit better about things after that 2-game weekend that you had, off the Louisville. You felt a little bit like not cohesive and that kind of thing, effort.
Yeah, I thought that they really responded to some tough practices before DePaul. We were not pleased at all with how we had, and that's no disrespect whatsoever to Louisville. Louisville did a lot of things that made it difficult for us, but just the way that we played together in that game and the way that our lack of focus and cohesiveness really bothered me, and we were so fortunate to win. And they had some tough practices, and I thought they responded really, really well, particularly on the defensive end. We just made it difficult for either one of those teams, DePaul or Middle Tennessee, to do very much that they wanted to do. And then I thought we moved and rebounded better in the DePaul game, and I thought we caused so many turnovers and scored so many points off turnovers in the Middle Tennessee game. It was a much better effort. So that was a great three-game stretch for us. To go 3-0 in that stretch was big.
Does that maybe say something about the team that you get a win over Louisville and you come into practice and you're telling them things they have to get better at? The fact that even though they had that win under the belts, they're able to respond to what you're saying?
Yeah, I think that's just something that we try to adhere to as close as we can. Is our number one principle that we build a program on is honesty. And so whether you win or lose, sometimes you still need to be honest with the team from what you see on the film. So I think that's been going on for a few years now, so the team knows I'm not going to play mind games with them and tell them they're playing poorly when they're really to try to get more out of them or anything like that. I was just really blatantly honest, and then they also saw the film, so that backs you up there. But that was a good sign that they understood. We were fortunate to win. We didn't get our heads in the clouds that we had won a game on the road against our rival, and I thought that did show something from them and show something positive. We just need to understand how good we can be, and if we will practice and dedicate ourselves to practice, this team has a chance to be very good. But if we don't, we have a chance to be very average. So practice is going to be important for this team as we continue forward.